Hi there, it's me, Egil Thorsen. Today, it's a weird story because some call it fact, others fiction. I think it's fiction, and like Churchill said, if it didn't happen, it well ought to be. And this is about Alfred the Great. We all know him as this great civiliser of the world and a father of the Royal Navy. Wasn't always the case. 793, as you know, the Norse Vaders started attacking at the monastery of Lindisfarne, and they got a taste for it. Let's face it, where they came from, Norway, wasn't particularly fertile. The laws of inheritance were terrible. Unless you were the eldest son, you got nothing, and land was limited, so you had to get wealth, word fame, overseas. And so it was. The Vikings landed and they took over a greater part. They took over Northumbria, East Anglia, Mercia. Yeah. There was another kingdom called Dalriada as well, that went. And the Vikings were pretty confident. This time they were not just raiding, they were raiding and settling. Alfred, meanwhile, was the only kingdom that was resisting him, but he was losing. He was pushed back by the King Guthrum with his grand army and pushed back into the marshes of an island called Athelney. The name Athelney basically means Isle of Princes, and there they built up forges and they made weapons and they trained people to fight. Alfred's aim was to unite all of the kingdom and make it Angleland, England, and he was determined to do it on his own with his children. Queen Athelflaed was one, and they would forge links and make England strong. Didn't care whether you were Danes or whatever. Anyway, I digress. Alfred was forced back into the marshes of Athelney, but he needed local support. And you can't go around dressed as a king when the Vikings are out looking for you, so he dressed as an ordinary guy. And he came to a farm. He was shattered, he really was. What with just being tired and being all the troubles of the world on him, he came to this farmstead, and there a housewife was there. Can I help you? Oh, lady, he said, I'm so tired and I'm in need of refreshment. Can I impose upon you to give us a bite to eat and something to drink for the name of hospitality and for your king? I don't know who you are, she said, but I don't care. You look all in. Come in. No meal is free, you understand? You have to pay for it. I've got no pennies on me. I want you to help make it. I'll make these oat cakes, very nutritious, and you turn them when they look ready to be done. Can you do that? Yeah, of course I can. So it was. It had turned cold outside. He was tired, he was hungry. Lady of the house got a flat iron and put butter on it, and it sizzled. It smelled delicious. And she made the oat cakes and placed them on the buttered surface. And you had a long scoop to flip them over. It's a bit like an egg slice. And sure enough, she said, I'll be back in a mile. You look after those. And as he sat, he thought, I've got to stop the Norsemen somehow. The only way I can do it is to raise an army of local people. I know what I'll do. I will call a meeting of the local lords, and we will meet by a big oak tree, I know where, and we will raise an army, and with that army we will concentrate and hit them hard. What do you think you're doing? What? Said Alfred. Look, the cakes are burnt to a cinder. I ask you to do one thing, and there you go. What do? You fall asleep, dreaming again. Why, if you were my husband, I'd crack you round the ear for that. I've spent a long time and wasted good food making oatcakes just for you to eat. And what do? Daydream. Get your head together. How can you expect to rule a kingdom if you can't even look after oatcakes? King Alfred was suitably chastised. Yes, he said, she's quite right. Yes, I was right. I will get an army together of the lords, and we will meet by the oak tree that I think of, and we'll drive the Norsemen back. I say back because they're just too powerful to destroy us. Anyhow, these cakes are burnt. I have to make amends. Madam, yes, I will remember you when I am made king. For king I truly am. And I thank you for the lesson you've taught me. For if I cannot even look after cakes, how can I look after a kingdom? May God bless you. With that he stood up and walked out. The woman thought he was mad, but in years to come she got a pension. Is this story true? Well, as Winston Churchill said, if it isn't true, it damn well ought to be. And I'm with him on that. It's like the story where Alfred, he again wanted to see how the enemy was fixed. So it was. He couldn't go and say, "Hi, I'm Alfred, how you doing?" because they'd have killed him. However, the Grand Army, this is led by Guthrum, were resting in between slaughtering people, and in he came with a harp of glee wood, and he sat and he sang. The Norse people, they liked the music, but they couldn't care anything about him. And as he sang very softly, and they noted, they were talking about their plans, and he thought, yeah, he found out a lot about this. And as a result, the next battle, he knew exactly what their formations were, where they were going to be, and he beat Guthrum. The army retreated, and Guthrum converted to Christianity and became Saul. Didn't keep his word though, but that, as I say, is another story. Now, I hope you've enjoyed that. I certainly have. There's no historical evidence other than that Guthrum was beaten by Alfred, but the rest I leave to your imagination. If you've enjoyed it, hashtag Nordic Stories, and there's a playlist of Scandinavian plus Nordic folk tales there. I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, press the old bar and bell, and you will receive subscriptions in that you'll know what's happening probably before I do. That's nothing new. Leave us a comment. We're always glad to have your comments because you make this channel work. Without you, no. And we will get back to you. It does take a bit of time. I'll keep saying this, but it's true. Let us know if you've liked it. The old thumbs up. If you haven't, fair enough. But let us know. Be constructive. We're not here for abuse. We're here to learn. And that's how we all get together like one big family. And it is an international family now. So I hope we can meet again. We will get back to you. So until we meet again, stay safe and make the world a happier place. Bye.